On the latest Billboard 200 albums chart dated November 11, Niall Horan debuts at number 1 with his first album, Flicker, which starts with 152,000 equivalent album units earned in the week ending October 26, according to Nielsen Music. Of that sum, 128,000 were in traditional album sales. The Billboard 200 chart ranks the week's most popular albums based on their overall consumption. That overall unit figure combines pure album sales, track equivalent albums T and streaming equivalent albums C. Now, let's take a closer look at some of the action on the latest Billboard 200 chart. Lindsey Stirling, Warmer in the Winter, number 32. The violinist notches her fourth top 40 charting effort, as her first holiday album, Warmer in the Winter, debuts at number 32, 15,000 units, nearly all from traditional album sales. It also starts at number 1 on the Holiday Albums chart, and number 1 on the Classical Crossover Albums chart. It's her fourth leader on the latter tally. Pentatonix, A Pentatonix Christmas, number 35. Pentatonix, former number 1, A Pentatonix Christmas, re-enters the Billboard 200 at number 35 with 14,000 equivalent album units, up 895%. Of that sum, 12,000 were traditional album sales, up 2,367%. The huge gain is owed to the album's deluxe reissue on October 20, with 5 bonus tracks. The set, which topped the Billboard 200 charts dated Jan. 714, 2017, finished 2016 as the number 5 biggest-selling album of the year and the biggest-selling title by a group, with 904,000 copies sold. In total, it has sold 938,000 copies. George Michael, Listen Without Prejudice, Volume 1, Number 41. George Michael's 1990 album, Listen Without Prejudice, Volume 1, is back on the Billboard 200 for the first time since 1991, as the set re-enters at number 41 following its expanded reissue on October 20. Listen returns with 12,000 equivalent album units earned. Of that sum, 10,000 were traditional album sales, up from a negligible sum. The set also re-enters the top album sales chart at number 14, Listen Without Prejudice, which peaked at number 2 in 1990 behind MC Hammer's Please Hammer Don't Hurt M, was reissued with a host of bonus tracks, as well as an MTV Unplugged concert from 1996. The set also features a new remix of the previously released Fantasy, featuring Nile Rodgers. The original version first arrived in the United States as the B-side to album single Freedom. Michael and Rodgers worked together on the remix in 2016, before Michael's death on December 25 that year. Listen also returns to the top R&B hip-hop albums chart, where it re-enters at number 22, a new high. That surpasses its initial peak of number 61 in late 1990. Michael's first 2 solo releases charted on top R&B hip-hop albums, with debut set Faith spending 6 weeks at number 1, Brand New, Science Fiction, No. 50, the former chart-topping set returns following its CD and vinyl LP release on October 20, 11,000 units, up 656%, with 10,000 in album sales, up 1,805%. It previously was available as only a download and stream. The album debuted at number 1 on the September 9 chart, fell to number 97 in its second week, the largest positional drop from number 1 in the history of the chart, and then fell off the chart entirely until returning this week at number 50. The Smiths' The Queen is Dead, number 122. The Smiths' classic 1986 album, The Queen is Dead, is revived on multiple charts, as a deluxe remastered reissue of the album pushes it back onto the Billboard 200 at number 122, 6,000 units, up 1,053%, 5,000 in album sales, up 4,339%. The set peaked at number 70 the year it was released. The 10-track album has been remastered and features 13 B-sides, demos, alternative takes and a previously unreleased live concert. The set also enters top catalog albums at number 22 on and re-enters vinyl albums at number 9, Willie Nelson, Willie and the Boys' Willie's Stash, Volume 2, number 134. The prolific 84-year-old legend, who made his Billboard 200 chart debut in 1975, has charted 20 albums in the last 10 years on the tally, including this new one. That's more than any other country act in the past 10 years. George Strait has the second most in that span, with 15.